بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وبه نستعين على أمور الدنيا والدين وصلى الله وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. Bismillah, we're in our book, our kitab, Safinat al Salah, in talking about the rulings relating to Salah. We took the fact that the book was split into two main sections. The first section talking about al-wajib al-awwal, the first thing that is wajib upon every Muslim is to know and to believe in their heart the meaning and to act upon the meaning of the shahadatain. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. And we took some points for each part of the shahada. What does it mean by ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, and what other things related to that do you need to believe? Secondly, we took ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah, to believe that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the messenger of Allah, and some points related to that as well. Then we went on to the second thing that is wajib upon every single Muslim to know is and to learn is the conditions of Salah, the pillars of Salah, and the things that break your Salah. Okay, so we were in the first of the conditions. Who can remind us how many types of conditions were there? How many types of conditions? Types of conditions, types. Two types of conditions, which were? Shurut al-wujub, shurut al-sihha. These 12 that we're about to list, which type of condition is it? Shurut al-sihha. Meaning that these are the conditions that are needed for the action to be correct. For the action to be correct, these are the conditions that are needed for someone to come with before the salah. Before the salah. And we started the first of our conditions, the first of our conditions, which was Majid. And the body. So he said the first condition was that you have purity in your thobe, so your clothes, your body, and thirdly, the place you're praying. The place you're praying. Good. Under this main condition, we had how many sub-points? Mujahid. Under this main condition, we had the main condition that your thobe, your body, and the place you're praying needs to be pure, free from any najasat. We had how many sub-points under this? 4 sub-points. The first one? The types of impurities. Good. And we mentioned how many different types of impurities. Let's see who was here. Anas. 15. I think between us we can get to 15, inshaAllah. Hey, who wants to start us off? 1. Urine, that's 1, hey? Blood.
Dog's saliva.
So, yeah, the impurity of a dog, that was 1, good. Feces from a human, good. Alcohol, good. Anything that is not slaughtered through shari'i means. Okay, good. What are we on? 6. Hey? Pus. Anas. Another one. Vomit. Okay. A pig. Okay, the hair of the dead animal, good. That's 10. We've got 5 more. Who else? We'll go back. The dead animal itself generally.
The hair, skin, anything from the dead animal.
Good. The skin. His hooves. Good. What else are we missing? So we mentioned the dog and the pig, and what else? That's related to that. Any of its offspring. Good. Well, his bones as well. The dead animal's bones. What else? So how many are we on? I think we're close now. What are we missing? Let's see. So we said. Yeah, we said the stool of a human. So what's missing then? The stool of animals. Yeah, animal dung. I think that's everything we mentioned. Good. Okay, so that was the first point, to list the different types of najasat, the things that are impure. That if these things get on your clothes or your body or the place you're praying, you have to wash it off before you can pray. Correct? Good. We mentioned some exceptions to these najasat. Some exceptions to these najasat. Who can remind us?
It's like for blood, like it's not that much.
Did we mention that? I don't think so. Yes, the dead body of a human. Good. The locust and
Fish.
and the fish and what are we missing? Yeah.
Things that is
Yes, the things that is slaughtered and permissible to eat. Good. The thing that is slaughtered and permissible to eat. So that finishes what? The first point under the main heading of this condition. The second point was how to remove this najasa. First of all, before we got into that, we split the najasat into how many types? 2 types, which were? Ainiya and hukmiya, which means?
things that you can like smell, taste, have color.
And what is that one called? Ainiya, so things that you can, that has a color or a taste or a smell. Good, that's one. And hukmiya, that doesn't have a color, taste or smell, but you know it's there. So those are the 2 types of najasa. Then there's different levels of najasat as well. Different levels of najasat. How many levels of najasat are there? 3 levels, which are? Mughallada, Mukhaffafa, Mutawassita. Good. Mughallada, heavy, Mukhaffafa, light, Mutawassita, in the middle. Okay. This question is for Muhammad. The heavy impurity that is ainiya, you can see it, it has a color, taste or smell. How do I remove that impurity? You wash it 7 times, okay? One time mixed with purifying dirt. Agreed? Is he right?
7 times with soil, 1 time with
7 times with soil, 1 time with water. Agreed? Not quite. Who said no? Hey?
You wash it 6 times and then to the 7th time you wash it with that dirt.
You wash it 6 times, 7 times with dirt. Not quite? Hey, Tahmid, give us the answer.
First wash it until the taste, smell, or the color goes.
Good. So that's the first wash. Until you keep washing it until the color, taste or smell goes away. That's considered as the first wash. Then after that, what do you do? After that wash, then you wash 6 more times, 1 of them with dirt. That is for Ainiya. Okay? Good. Next question is for Abd Iftah. The najasa that is hukmiya, but it's heavy, mughallada. How do you wash it? So the heavy najasa, the one that is hukmiyah, it doesn't have a color, taste or smell.
Yeah. Is it 7 times?
You just wash it 7 times, that's it.
I don't know.
You're close. 7 times what? One of them has to be with?
Dirt.
With dirt that is purifying. Okay? Good. So what's left? We have 2 types that we mentioned as well. So what about the ayniyah, that is middle? That is a middle najasa. Go on. You just wash it until the taste, the smell or the color goes. That is the middle najasa. Okay? Faiz ayniyah. What about the one that is hukmiyah mutawassita? The one that doesn't have a color, taste or smell, but it is the medium najasa. Yeah, we done that one. Anyone?
Wash it once.
Close.
Sprinkle water on it.
Not sprinkle water on it. Very close. Not wash it once with purified dirt. Good guess though. Anas? He said, so he said, وإن لم يكن لها طعم ولون وريح إن كانت من الكلب والخنزير غسلها 7 مرات واحدة منها ممزوجة بتراب طهور وإن كانت من غيرها غسلها مرة واحدة. Yes, he said wash it once. Yes, well done. You wash it once. Good. Okay. Then we took one other point related to this. Who can remember what that point was?
Transparent.
Not quite.
The baby boy.
No.
Was it called Sabi'i Masjid?
لا.
You have to pour the water into the clothes.
Good. If we have water that is below a certain threshold, am I allowed to, and I have, for example, najasa on my clothes, am I allowed to put my clothes in the water, or do I have to pour the water onto my clothes? That is what we discussed. Who can remind us what the ruling was? Go on. No, do it.
I think we said like 2 points.
So if it's 2 qullah, or if it's below 2 qullah, what do we do? No, okay. You have to pour the water on it. And if you were to put the clothes in the water, what would happen?
The water becomes impure, the finger starts to become impure, and the clothes is clean.
Good. The water that you put the najasa in becomes impure, and the thing that's touching it becomes impure. Okay? So what do I have to do instead? I have to pour the water onto the clothes. Okay, good. If it's above that threshold, if it's a lot of water, then can I put my clothes in there to wash it? And there's nothing wrong with that. That is what we've took so far in the book. Okay? That is what we've taken so far in the book. So what is left? We have 2 points within this condition. 2 points left within this condition. Okay? The third of the 4 points was what? How to clean yourself after using the toilet. So the Shaykh, he mentions ويجب عليه الاستبراء من البول حتى يغلب على ظنه أنه لا يعود ولا يخرج ثم يستنجي ويرخي دبره حتى يغسل ما في طبقاته من النجاسة ويدخله ويدلكه حتى يغلب على ظنه زوال طعم النجاسة ولونها وريحها. That is the third point. He says ويجب, and it is wajib عليه, upon the person, upon the Muslim, الاستبراء من البول, to be free from bowl, urine, meaning that being certain that you finished after using the toilet, being certain that nothing else will come out, which he explains after. حتى يغلب على ظنه, until he has overwhelming, he has a large amount of dhann, meaning a thought, meaning that he's almost certain أنه لا يعود ولا يخرج, that it won't return and no more urine will come out. صح. ثم يستنجي, then he cleans himself. And then the Shaykh mentions ويرخي دبره, then he relaxes his back private part حتى يغسل ما في طبقاته من النجاسات, until he washes what is in its طبقات, its layers. For someone, for example, if someone is bigger, to make sure that they are cleaning all the different parts of their private parts, meaning there's no najasa left over, من النجاسة. صح. ويدلكه حتى يغلب على ظنه زوال طعم النجاسة ولونها وريحها, and he rubs the area حتى يغلب على ظنه, until again he's almost certain زوال طعم النجاسة ولونها وريحها, until he's almost certain that the color, the taste and the smell of the najasa has gone. This is the part, inshallah we'll do the questions at the end, inshallah. This is the part showing how someone needs to clean themselves. To summarize the point here, there are, before we go into that, yeah. So the person, to clean themselves, either has the option to use water or a tissue, or both, okay, or one of them, right? So, and the best is to use both. If he wants to only use one of them, then what is better to use? Either tissue only or water only. What's better? Water only. Then the last level is to use tissue only. And for them to use tissue only, there's conditions. So, there's conditions that we took in our last book. 8 conditions for someone to use a stone to clean themselves. So, which we won't go into now. Okay? So to summarize this point here that we're mentioning is the fact that the person needs to make sure that after using the toilet, nothing else will come out. Meaning he's not halfway done that, or the person is all the way finished. So, and then after that, when cleaning themselves, they need to make sure they clean themselves properly, that they get all the things that have najasa on it. To summarize the bab, that's what it is. So, okay. So that is the third point that we mentioned. Okay. Now we are on the last of the 4 points in this condition. The Shaykh mentions, so what was the last point of this condition? The types of water and the rulings pertaining to water. So let's understand the way the Shaykh has explained the book so far. Yeah? So he's given you a condition that your thobe and your body and your praying, the place you're praying has to be free of najasat. It's as if the person reading is saying, okay, I have some questions. What are the najasat? How do I remove them? If they get on my clothes, what do I do? What water can I use to clean them? And he's answering these questions in these 4 points. The first question he asked was, what are the najasat? So he explained what the najasat are, the 15 that we mentioned. Then, how to remove them if they get on your clothes. Then, he's going specifically to, after using the toilet, how do you remove them? Because that's on your body. So the najasa is on your body. Then now he's going to tell you, the last point he's going to answer is, what type of things can I use to even clean myself? What water can I use? Is it every water that I can use? Is it a certain type of water I can use? So that is what he's going to address in this last point. So all the rulings pertaining to water. So he says ومتى لاقت النجاسات المذكورة الماء فإن كان قلتين لم ينجس إلا إن غيرت طعمه أو لونه أو ريحه ويطهر بزوال التغير وإن كان أقل منهما ينجس بملاقات وإن لم يتغير ويطهر ببلوغه قلتين. ومتى لاقت النجاسات المذكورة مائعا غير الماء تنجس بملاقاتها قليلا أو كثيرا تغير أو لم يتغير ولا يطهر قط. Okay, so he says ومتى لاقت النجاسات المذكورة الماء. So when the najasat that we mentioned, he says ومتى لاقت النجاسات, when the najasat meet the ones that al-madhkura, the ones that were mentioned, when they meet al-ma', when they meet with water, okay, when they meet with water, what happens? We split that into two types. We split that into two types. To summarize this, what he's about to mention, is what we've taken in our previous books. It's the same thing. So we split the water into how many types? Two types. A water that is a small amount and a water that is a large amount. And we've already taken what is considered a small amount of water and what is considered a large amount of water. Anything that is below qullatayn is a small amount of water. Qullatayn and above is a large amount of water, which is around 180 to 200 liters. So anything below that is small, anything above that is a large amount of water. For the small amount of water, if anything that is impure falls on it or meets with the water becomes impure straight away. Even if there's no change in color, there's no change in taste, there's no change in smell, the water becomes impure straight away. You can't use it for wudu, or to clean your clothes, or to clean your body. You can't use it. Sah? That's the small amount of water. For the large amount of water, if an impurity meets it, it doesn't become impure except if it changes its color or its taste or its smell. Sah? Then we'll go through, let's go through what the Shaykh mentions. He said, متى لاقت النجاسات المذكورة الماء, when the najasat that was mentioned, the 15 that we've mentioned, meet the water, فإن كان قلتين, if it's قلتين, so two قلة, 180 to 200 liters or above, لم ينجس إلا إن غيرت طعمه أو لونه أو ريحه. This is what we've mentioned. He said it doesn't become impure. He said it doesn't become impure except if its color, its taste or color or smell changes. That's what he's mentioned so far. And then he mentions an extra point on how is it possible for this water that has now become impure. Say for example we have a large amount of water, it's become impure through a change in color. So it's become impure from a change in color. Is it possible for that water to now become pure? So he says, وَيَطْهُرُ بِزَوَالِ التَّغَيُّرِ, and it becomes pure if the change that happened goes away. For example, it was there for a long time and the change goes away. We have a large amount of water, its color changed from a najasa, but through a long time, after a long time, the change goes back to normal, the color goes back to normal. That water is now pure. So it becomes pure from the removal of its change. Does that make sense, yeah? Okay. Then he mentioned the small amount of water. وَإِنْ كَانَ أَقَلَّ مِنْهُمَا, if it is small than the two qullah, if it is smaller than the two qullah, meaning the water is less than the two qullah, يَنْجُسُ بِمُلَاقَاتِ وَإِنْ لَمْ يَتَغَيَّرْ, it becomes impure even by the meeting of the najasa, even if it doesn't change. even if it doesn't change. Then again, he mentions that extra point. How does it become pure then? How does it become pure? Now let's take the example. We have a bucket of water, less than 180 liters. So it's a small amount of water. A small amount of impurity has gone into the water. So, that water, what is the ruling on it? Is it pure? Can I use it for tahara? No, I can't. Okay, it's impure now, yeah? Okay. He says, وَيَطْهُرُ بِبُلُوغِهِ قُلَّتَيْنِ. It becomes pure by that water reaching قُلَّتَيْن. How does that make sense? There's a najasa in a small amount of water. That water itself becomes impure. But if I keep adding water until it becomes 180 to 200 liters and above, then what happens? The water now becomes pure. Why? Because it's now considered a large amount of water. And the large amount of water, we said it only becomes impure if there's a change in color, taste or smell. So the large amount of water becomes impure by removing the removal of the change. The small amount of water becomes pure by making it reach to qullah. Is that clear? Yeah? Okay, question. There's a small amount of water. Yeah, this question is for... Yeah? There's a small amount of water. Yeah? And a najasa falls in it, the color changes. What's the ruling on that water? Can I use it too?
No,
it's impure. Okay, good. If I add water until it reaches, let's say 300 liters, but the color is still changed, is that water pure?
Yeah.
Yes, he said yes. Okay. Hey, give us the reason.
Because you said that if the water becomes more, you said that less than 180 liters, because it's more. So if it's more than 180 to 200 liters,
yeah,
it's considered pure. After if you add more water.
Close. Okay, who says that water is now pure?
It's pure.
It's pure now, yeah? Even if the color is still changed.
A large amount when you increase.
So for example, I have a small amount of water. Let's say it's 179 liters. Yeah? 179 liters. Is it a small amount of water first?
Yeah.
It's a small amount of water. Okay. And the najasa goes in it and the color changes. Yeah? I add water until it reaches 180 and above. So, but the color is still changed from the najasa. Is the water pure? No, why? No, go. Because of the changing color. Good. How old are you? MashaAllah. 9 years old. Your brother beat you. Yeah. MashaAllah. Okay, so that water now takes, when it reaches the 2 qullah, it takes, now you look at it as it's big water, a large amount of water. Then you check, has the color changed? Has the taste changed? Has the smell changed? Okay? Is that understood, yeah? Okay. The last point before we end. ومتى لاقت النجاسات المذكورة مائعا غير الماء تنجس بملاقاتها قليلا أو كثيرا تغير أو لم تغير ولا يطهر قط. Then he mentions a separate point not to do with water. Okay, he says ومتى لاقت النجاسات المذكورة, when the najasat that we've mentioned, the 15 that we've mentioned, meet مائعا غير الماء, something that is liquid, that is not water, for example milk or oil or fuel or something. تنجس بملاقاتها, it becomes impure by the meeting of the najasa and the thing that is liquid. The thing that is liquid becomes impure. For example, we have a bowl of water, whether it's small or a large amount of water, a bowl of milk, whether it's a small or a large amount of milk, it doesn't matter. If a najasa falls in it, and even if it doesn't change, the milk becomes impure. Okay, he said قليلا أو كثيرا, small or a large amount is the same. تغير أو لم يتغير, if it changes or it doesn't change, it's the same. لا ولا يطهر قط, it doesn't become pure ever. No, it doesn't become pure by the removal of the change, or by making it reach qullatayn, it doesn't become pure ever. So, does it make sense? So this last point is a point to do with liquids that are not water. That if a najasa falls in it, whether it's a small amount or a large amount, whether it changes or it doesn't change it doesn't become pure ever. Clear? Hey, that finishes the first condition of the 12 conditions of salah. The first condition being that your thawb and your badan and your makan has to be pure, free from najasat. And we mentioned the 4 points that come under that. Wallahu a'lam. Any questions? No? Hey? سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.